everyone, welcome to the Voice of Charon Healing Podcast. I am Almighty Servant Charon, here to let you know you are power, you are light, you are loved. You guys, I'm journeying my way to true love. Now, I record these in advance, so by the time you hear this, I might actually have true love and not be journeying. So this might not be a real-time podcast release. But as of this very second, as I am recording this episode, I'm going to tell you right now that I am journeying to true love. Now, I truly love myself. And part of truly loving myself is forgiving myself for my past, forgiving myself for bad situations that I put myself in or was put into along my life, the early years in college, the this, the that, my mistakes, other people's mistakes, blah, 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 blah. And just, trying to be better. So at this point right now, I truly love myself so much. I'm no better than anyone, but I know what I like. I know what feels good. I know what doesn't feel right or positive to me. I know what feels staticky. I know what brings my vibration down. I know what tries to drain me of my life, my happiness, and my joy. I can feel these things. I can sense these things. I can see these things. I can thank you, God, for that, right? Including warnings from angels. That's everything. But the point, you guys, is coming up in life, I was traumatized so much to the point that my whole life from a kid, I was like, oh no, I'm not getting married. I'm not getting married. No, I don't want to get married. I might have kids in 2 years. I said that for like 20 years. Maybe in 2 years. But I never truly wanted to get married because I saw my dad, who was the absolute worst, okay? He went through his thing, so we're not bashing dad right now, but regardless of what dad went through, dad was a horrible dad. You can't even call him dad. He was horrific. Narcissist, blah, 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 blah. Like, what the heck are you? An actual demon in the flesh that preaches? Anyway, but that's another story. So I witnessed a not so great dad, you guys, and then God took that dad away. And so my whole life, I didn't have to experience him in that way. He was away from me forever, ever, 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 ever until later in life. But at that very young age, before I even hit elementary, my dad successfully showed me, okay, that men are no good, men are trifling, men don't love their wives, men don't love their kids, men are selfish, men are mean, men are egotistical, men are not stupid, but when you say stupid stuff like men were no good. And if I told you the experiences, then what I'm saying right now would mean more. And so I'm not just saying generally men are this or men are that, but if I told you the exact story, then you'd be like, oh yeah, that's horrible. Okay, so just roll with me on that. That's what I absorbed because that was my so-called dad, the one who was supposed to love me and show me the male figure, right? Okay, so I went through all of college. I'm not getting married. 20s, nope, not getting married. 30s, turned down a couple of people. Like seriously, I didn't feel that was something that I could do. I felt like it was something that takes away from you. You get in and then the man tries to tear at you and drain you of all your life and treat you like crap and all this stuff. That's just how I saw the marriage relationship. Okay. But after evolving, after healing, after realizing all of the things that my dad was, that I didn't know those are like actual, like technical things in life that people have to heal from and all this stuff. Like after I got through that part of my life, right now, I know that I want true love. But I don't just want a husband. I want a divine kingdom spouse. And I will have one, okay? And if I don't have a true divine kingdom spouse, then I will not be getting married in this lifetime. Period. Will not be getting married. Why? Because, see, I came here to earth. I'm very aware of this, to help raise the vibration of true love. So when I walk down the street every day, even when people just see me walking, even if I'm just walking and thinking, I light up that area. When I see someone and I say hi, and I really truly mean it, I really truly genuinely care. When I say hi, how are you? Or when I say have a nice day, or when I say I like your this, or when I say, oh, your this is cute, or I say like, I really love filling people up. Okay. I can see the heaviness on them, and God just tells me what to say to help lift it off, to brush it off for a minute so they can feel the air. So you guys, I am being a brave girl right now, because we all know that in this life, the ratio of relationships that are true love, that are committed, that are truthful, where someone isn't trying to manipulate the other person, where someone got with the person for really, 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 really for love, and not to be financially taken care of, or not because this person is fine, or not because this person is this, or not because but like love for real. Like, what are you? What are you? What do you like to do? Okay. What do you need? Not what did I see on TV, but you as a person, beyond stereotypes. Like, what are you and what do you need? Who am I and what do I need? Like the real, not the, I want these things because this is what society says is supposed to be had when you have a marriage or for a marriage. But like the real, because the society way is really shallow and jaded and effed up, which is why so many divorces happen, because people aren't getting married for the right reason. This arranged marriage is all over the place, okay? And a lot of people, they like to call people hoes, but some of them were hoes in the marriage. You didn't marry that person because you love them. You're a hoe. So stop looking at other people like they're hoes just because they didn't sell themselves at a price, and they're still free to market themselves at a higher or lower rate if they choose. But the world can see when you marry for true love, or when you just married because you're a gold digger. And that's men and women. Men are gold diggers as well. I forgot what they call them. But anyway, so I'm journeying to true love, you guys. And I went through all that because even with all that my dad did, or my dad was not, I don't have permission. I am not giving myself permission to be afraid and to bash people. I am not giving myself permission to be weak and just lash out or whatever, or run or do actions like abandonment issues or this and that, because I am afraid, because I didn't heal myself. So I've done so much work to heal myself. So in that, I'm in my truth so much, and we have to be in our truth so much, you guys, that when something comes and tries to tempt us, and it looks like every single thing we had on the list when we prayed to God and some, we have to really see between the lines and get all that other stuff out of the way. Don't let any of the sparkle, don't let any of the fineness, don't let any of the good nookie, you know what I'm talking about, don't let any of those things, the love bombing, the gaslight, don't let any of those things fool you, okay? Those are like the outside things, the distraction things. But right in there is this little tiny seed. Inside every person is this little tiny seed. And that little tiny seed is the core, true, hard root. Okay, if you were to boot yourself up, like you put it from the beginning, if you were to reset and that before it was hurt, before it was traumatized, before your inner child was like petrified and hiding in that closet, like before that, that's there. And that inner child, that little tiny seed, that true essence of you being able to be anything that you want to be in any way you live, any life that you want to live based on your experiences and what you believe in your mindset. That little tiny seed, you guys, is what you have to tap into for the person that you are going to love. My divine kingdom spouse husband. I have to see that tiny seed, that little thing. Okay, not what he's saying, not what he's showboating, not what he's that. What is that core part of him, the real him, the base, that tiny thing that everything else comes out of? What does that need? And that little tiny thing, you guys, is the only thing that we really need to feed when it comes to true love and relationships. If you don't care enough if you aren't aware enough, let me not just say care, because some people aren't aware. But if you aren't aware enough to know that a lot of the accomplishments and this and that and mindsets that you have on you, that you're so prideful of, that you're so proud of, is actually BS and means nothing when it comes to the life and essence and life and essence and life and true love, then you can't have it if we don't tap into that little tiny truth of a person, that little tiny core inside of them, that is them, that holds the power of them. Then you cannot stay connected. You cannot stay happy. You cannot understand each other. You cannot feel each other. You cannot, it's so much that happens when you really tap into that little tiny seed that makes up the massive, powerful core of who we are. So I have my heart open for true love. And when that person comes, that person is going to love me right. Okay. Now, many men have come with fancy cars, with fancy gifts, with you'll get 12,000 a month passive income from me. You'll this, you'll that, right? Fun at the beginning. And then it switches because for some reason, and that is the pains that people have that they aren't aware of, the fears that make them like step into something to be happy and then all of a sudden get afraid and then pull back and start doing stupid stuff and all this stuff and hurting and whatever because they're afraid to get too close, because they're afraid to love. They're afraid to have that little tiny seed, that inner child inside you, that piece that was that part that really activates true love. That little part that really activates true love, you guys, is what this world bashes so hard. So we are not able to receive true love. So we aren't able to connect to each other purely and feel safe. I will feel safe on this earth. So it doesn't matter how much bling, wing, ching, accomplishments. If the basic necessities that cost nothing, the basic, but the real, the tiny, don't really even need to take no effort. You just being, you are true love. It's not an act. You can just be. It's the easiest thing to be, actually, to just be true love to someone and to yourself. It's the hard part is all these acts and stuff that people are doing, all these showboating and these charades and these, oh God, look at me and think that's the hard part. Like being true is the easy part. But on earth, a lot of people are so ran and overcome with trying to be somebody. So other people say, oh, wow, you're somebody. Look what you did. You're somebody. See, everybody is already somebody. So I tell you guys all the time, you're so special. So since I vowed basically before I even came to earth to help raise the vibration of true love on earth, to try to be joy and happy and heal people. There's no way on earth, I don't care if it's $1 billion, that I will get with someone who has not taken the time to purge themselves and heal themselves and love themselves. Because if you don't love themselves, if they don't love themselves, you guys, if they don't love themselves, men, if they don't love themselves, ladies, then there's no way they can love you. And you can't be mad at that. That's the thing. So there's no way they can love you, right? They can't love themselves. Like, to heal yourself is a form of love. It's a form of true love, and it's hard. I did it a whole bunch of times. A whole bunch of times. And I've helped lots of other people do it as well. And it's not easy, you guys. It's hard. It's scary. It's petrifying. But once you get through, you have this, like, it's like a superhero, invisible force field dome kind of around you. And you can feel when something isn't right, and you're able to protect yourself and say, no, I will not accept this. No, you don't have to say you're lying, but you just say, this right here doesn't align up with what I asked God for. I asked God for truth, peace, communication, emotional intelligence, emotional blah, 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 blah. If any of those things are missing, don't be afraid to move on. Do not stay in any relationship that is taking from you, okay? And remember, one thing that gets us, you guys, is sometimes when people are taking away from us, meaning draining us because they aren't able to be in that high vibration, that peace to truly connect without static. It doesn't mean they're like a horrible person and they're trying to be mean to you, like they're petrified inside. They're not going to say that, but there's a reason why they can't. But just because they can't does not mean you stay, okay? It takes a lot of work to ascend, you guys. So keep ascending, and don't allow people who haven't healed at the capacity that you have to bring you down, okay? You don't go down. You can have your hand right down by your side, and they can reach up and they can fight through their demons and their traumas and all those things, and they can make their way up to you. But I will not let anyone make me sad. I will not let anyone put even an inkling of doubt of if I'm safe. I will not let anyone come in with any BS. And the angels tell me, and the main reason, you guys, is because I told God that I want to walk around here and light up the world. I want to help heal. I want to help whatever. I want to help, teach the kiddies, just shine. And if someone's bashing and tearing away at me and draining my energy, then I can't shine. And I don't have a right to do that. I don't have a right to do that. So, when someone true comes along, I will get married. But if they don't, I'm staying married to God, period. And I suggest you guys do the same. And for those like, God, I don't believe in God, God, whatever some of those might say, then love you, whatever. All right, you guys, I'm out. I love you. Love yourself. For real, okay? Love yourself and love others, but do not allow others' shortcomings or lack of knowledge, whatever the words may be, don't let that hold you down, okay? You keep rising and you keep shining, because the world loves you. The world loves you, and you look so amazing when you're happy, you're walking down the street, you just light up the world. You probably don't even know it, but you do. So many people turn and their heads will turn and stare at you and all this stuff. So don't carry any BS from a negative man or a toxic man, a lost man or hurt man. And the same thing for women. Men, you don't do it for a hurt woman or a lost woman or something women. Now, technically, a lot of women have been really bashed by men. So in a way, you kind of have to be patient, but not really. It's up to the person to heal themselves, okay? You cannot heal a person. It's up to the person to heal themselves. But you can act absolutely be an amazing person, a true person, a safe space for a person during their journey, if they're part of your journey, okay? But also remember though, have your boundaries, okay? Have your boundaries. How close can this person get to you? How true are they? How safe do you feel? If you don't feel safe, if you think they're cheating, if you think they're this, if you think they're trying to bash you down with words, if you think they're trying to play with your mental, nope. As far as I see it, if you're a true person and a beautiful person in a sense, and someone tries to take advantage of that or doesn't fit in correctly, God will grace you with something even better. I assure you, each relationship or prospect of a relationship has been, light years better than the one before, okay? So, anyway, I love you, love yourself, love everyone, you guys, and let no one bring you down or keep you static. Okay? Bye. Almighty servant Charon. I am the voice of Charon, an almighty servant of God, okay? I love you, love yourself, love everyone. You are power, you are light, you are loved. Make sure you subscribe to the Voice of Charon Healing Podcast, where I speak about any and everything as soon as it comes to my heart. You are power, you are light, you are loved.
This episode is sponsored by Fearless Glory Publishing. Take the first step towards a life of true forgiveness and love with our best-selling book, It All Comes Up to Love, How to Truly Forgive via God's Source, our Creator. Order your copy today at ebook.almightyservant.com.